New Thought Media Network proudly presents the Global Heart of Peace's Peace Party. Celebrate the many paths to peace. Explore an exciting life of peace. Embody joyous peace. Come to our weekly Peace Party, Mondays at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on New Thought Media Network. www.ntmedia.org.
Oh, there we go. All right, folks. My apologies. Leave it to the guy that runs the network to make all the mistakes. Welcome to the Peace Party, brought to you by the Global Heart of Peace Initiative. I am Reverend Dr. Robert Brzezinski. I represent a number of organizations, not only as the spiritual and creative director here on New Thought Media Network. I serve as a member of the board of directors of the affiliated New Thought Network. I'm on the executive board of the International New Thought Alliance, and I am currently on the board of trustees for the Emerson New Thought Center, which oversees the Emerson Theological Institute. All that's to say, I have a whole lot of ways that I get to involve myself and be a part of the New Thought movement as a whole. Now, today we're here to celebrate the many aspects of peace and explore how exciting a life full of peace and joy can really be. And today my topic is peace in the midst of chaos. Yeah, maybe not the title we normally see here on the Peace Party, but I believe we have to name the reality. People today are anxious. People are feeling overwhelmed. People are buying into the false belief in separation. A lot of people are very exhausted by trying to navigate social media, their daily lives, and the presence of violence on our streets. I think it does no one any good to deny these things. So now more than ever, having a consciousness of peace is imperative for the moment. It's not optional. And it's not naive to say that we can bring peace into the midst of the apparent chaos we see in the world today. I want us to remember, peace is a presence. It's an inner coherence. It's not just the good times. It's not just a quiet Sunday morning. It's not just an afternoon on the beach. It's in the midst of everything. And as emissaries of peace, I believe it is our calling, our duty, to bring that consciousness into our daily lives. For me, peace is a sense of strength, and it allows me to stay grounded even in the face of chaos. It's a daily discipline. It's a discipline of noticing when I'm being triggered, when I'm being pulled away from my center. And it's an opportunity to return to that center. Ultimately, and I believe you'll agree with me, we shape the world based on our inner world. So what we become, how we become conscious, what we become conscious of is what we allow to shape our inner world. Recently, I've had a number of opportunities to face exactly this in the comment sections of my Facebook profile, perhaps you've had the same experience. People that want to tell me I'm wrong. People that want to bait me or debate me. Even just before this show started, someone made a comment that was really just baiting and hoping that I would say something they can use against me, as it were. So peace becomes that daily discipline where I have to stop and not allow myself to react, but to respond. True peace requires honesty, and it requires humility, and it requires a willingness to sit with the discomfort. The videos, and not just one now, and not just one video from a few days ago, but the videos that are emerging out of Minneapolis flood our news feeds, whether we like it or not. And I believe more than ever that new thoughters, people that believe in peace, we're required to pay attention, to not bury our heads in the sand. So we have to sit with that discomfort. Remember, the energy we bring affects what's going on, and it affects others, perhaps even before our words land. Do you type your response with anger and break your own keyboard? I found a little fun way to play with this recently, and I'm going to invite you to consider that. Many of us have taken to using AI for various reasons. And whether you're using OpenAI and their ChatGPT or Gemini over on Google or Claude or Grok or any of the various names for all these large language models that are out there, if you're using these models are learning about us. And so if you find yourself in one of those contentious conversations, in one of those heated debates, rather than just go off, take a moment. Jump on your copy the thread, copy the comment that you feel is moving you to want to attack or respond or be aggressive or tell someone how wrong they are. Take a moment, jump onto your AI model and ask it, with everything you know about me, with everything that you know about the work that I do, how can I approach this conversation from a peaceful perspective? What I have found is the responses I get are amazing and incredibly insightful. And when I use those comments from AI, not to copy them directly, not to copy and paste them back, but when I use that to contemplate how I can bring more peace into the conversation, then I do respond with a more peaceful perspective. I respond from a place that honors the divinity within each and every one. Even if I don't like what you're saying, even if I don't agree with what you're trying to put down, I can respond with a more peaceful vibration of consciousness that says, hey, this is how I see it. And this is what I would like to see. I would like to see a world where women are respected and given choice over their own bodies. I'd like to see a world where we think before we yell. I would like to see a world where peaceful debate and open conversations happen on the internet. Okay, maybe I'm asking for a lot there. But if we if the followers of New Thought, if those of us that have steeped our lives and our consciousness in this philosophy, in bringing more peace into the world, if we lead the way, wow, just imagine. I believe this is part of how we can serve our communities. Not by standing on a pulpit and shouting what peace could be or should be or must be, but by standing in the streets and having real grounded conversations with those that maybe are wearing a different color hat than we are, or look at life from a different lens. Now, I want to be clear, peace to me does not mean passivity. We can be peaceful and still be courageous. We can be peaceful and still be vocal. I recently wrote a Substack article that some would say is not a very peaceful title. But the energetic I wrote it with was one of looking for peace. The title's just there to get a reaction and see who wants to play along. It gave us an opportunity to engage. And I have had more conversations from that article in the past less than a week now than the last 3 or 4 articles I've written. See, when we come from peace, it keeps our convictions clean. It prevents bitterness. And if you don't agree with me, that's okay. I don't have to get bitter. I don't have to get personal. I find it amazingly concerning how rapidly people will label someone. I've recently been labeled a traitor to America for my perspectives on what I don't see as peaceful and how I would like to see peace brought into our world. So I have an invitation. I have a call for you to take some action this week. I ask you to really reflect and to ask yourself each and every morning, to ask yourself, where has chaos taken residency in me? Where have I allowed the seed of chaos to take root? And then I invite you to return to your breath, to your awareness of the oneness, to the inner center of who you are. The breath. So easy to forget. And yet the breath represents the perfection of the circle of oneness. It is the inhale and the exhale. It is the giving and it is receiving. It is the releasing and the letting go of what no longer serves. And it is the embrace of the vision that we hold for what we are becoming in the world. So when somebody calls you a name online or says that your opinion or your perspective is stupid or you're an idiot or how could you possibly see the world that way, don't take it personally. That's just giving chaos room to grow. Take a breath. Close your eyes. Take a breath. Allow for the universal intelligence to inspire you. And if you need a little AI help there, that's okay. See, we got to remember, AI and UI, universal intelligence, they're not that far apart. By its very nature, the AI model is designed to take in as much information as possible before giving a response. So again, this week, I invite you to breathe, to be peace, not to be a doormat, not to feed the chaos, but to be peace in every breath and with every breath. So before the clock ticks over, if you're in a safe space to close your eyes, I invite you to please do so. For it is here that I offer a blessing of peace for those that have a weary heart, a blessing for peace that feel they're in the midst of the chaos, a blessing for those that feel they cannot see beyond the smokescreen, and to affirm peace is not something we're waiting for. Peace is something we are here to embody. And who better than the New Thought world? Who better than you to bring peace onto this planet? I'm Reverend Dr. Robert Brzezinski. I want to thank you for spending a few moments with us here this evening. On behalf of the Global Initiative for Peace, on behalf of New Thought Media Network, thanks for being a part of the Global Peace Party. Next week, all good, dear one. Oh, we're still